The Maine congressional delegation is following up with the Department of Justice urging a crackdown on illegal Chinese-owned marijuana operations in Maine. In a letter to Attorney General Merrick Garland, the delegation highlights the increasing number of illegal growing operations that are detrimental to Maine businesses that comply with state laws. Last August, the delegation sent an initial letter to the DOJ asking the agency to address the illegal growing operations run by foreign governments or entities. At the time, there were a reported 270 suspected Chinese illegal marijuana growing operations in Maine, worth an estimated $4.37 billion.